Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing well. If you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure that you click that subscribe button. Got lots more videos planned very soon, so please all stay tuned for that. But in today's video, I've got another special video. I'm going to be doing a full in-depth comparison review between these two model cars. Now, on the right, we've got the AUTOart Signature Series McLaren F1 road car finished in the metallic black specification, and then on the left we've got the BBR version Ferrari Enzo. So this is the BBR Diecast version. It's one of their very early models that they made when they did make fully opening diecast model cars like the Enzo and the F430, and these two cars in my eyes are probably my most realistic 1/18 scale models in my entire collection, in both my diecast and my resin collection. I think these two are definitely kind of the flagship models for a 1/18 scale. They're both superb models and they're very realistic. So I've had a couple of comments come through on the YouTube and on the Instagram page wanting me to do a comparison video between my diecast collection. So I decided to go for a BBR version versus a AUTOart Signature Series version. Now, before we get into the review, let me know in the comments below which model you prefer, which model you would have in your collection. But these two are definitely some of the most kind of exclusive models that you can get. So let's just do a quick summary of the AUTOart version. So AUTOart did the F1 road car and then the F1 LM, which I've also got in the collection, and these are considered to be one of their kind of flagship model cars, some of the best 1/18 scale models that AUTOart ever made, and they are truly exceptional models, and I can't wait to show you some more detail of that. And then on the other side we've got the BBR Enzo. Now BBR made loads of different specs of the Enzo in different colors, and they are truly some of the best 1/18 scale model cars that you can get. I think they're probably as rare as each other. These models are probably over 10 years old now. Maybe the Enzo might be even 15 years old, because this is a very early car that BBR made. Whereas the AUTOart version is probably coming on to about 12 to 15 years old now. So they are quite rare. They're both quite expensive new. They're probably hovered around the £200 to £250 mark, whereas if you wanted to buy both of these models today, I think your main issue would be finding them. They are quite rare, but I think they're probably double what they were new at least. I mean, I've seen a McLaren F1 on eBay selling kind of for 3 or 4 times what they were new, and the same for the Ferrari Enzo. So they are quite expensive now, but they are two top 1/18 scale model cars. So let's crack on with the review, because I can't wait to show you some more details of these truly amazing 1/18 scale model cars. So let's start off with the front end of both of these model cars, and we'll obviously go into the interior as well, because that is really where most of the exceptional detail really is. They're both extremely flawless models. I mean, the paintwork on the AUTOart version is really good. You can really see that metallic fleck come through in that deep black paintwork. I know they made the silver one as well, and the white one. I went for the black one because I just love the Jay Leno spec. Shame it hasn't got that red stripe running across the side of the model, but yeah, I think black really suits the F1. I do really like it in this color spec. And then obviously I just wanted to get a red Enzo. I was looking at the yellow ones as well, but they're really rare now. So I had to kind of get the red one, which is still really good, awesome model, and obviously iconic in the red with the red interior. But both the front ends of both of these models are really well done. Obviously, as you can expect, everything's fully opening, and all of the shut lines are very neat and tidy around all of the opening compartments. Both of the headlights are done really well. I mean, I hope you guys can see on the picture that they're both really well done. You've got the mesh in the grills, which again, as you would expect for model cars at this price range, and then you've got the really nice badges on the models as well. So they're not stickers. They are really nice, genuine kind of embossed badges. We've got the McLaren, and then we've got the Ferrari emblem there as well. So exceptional models. As we move up the model. The wipers are done, as I say, very realistic, very nicely done by both BBR and AUTOart. And then you've got a very nice windscreen as well. Again, no shut lines. These models are over 10 years old and nothing's lifted. Nothing's kind of lifted up, or no imperfections have appeared over that time. So they've held up very, very well. And I think the detail on both of these models it's just amazing. I can't wait to show you the engine bays in particular and some of the other little quirky accessories that you get alongside these model cars. So let's start to open up some of the front end compartments here. Now on the Enzo, you've got the boot at the front end here. So we can try and open it up now. Opens up really nicely. You've got the realistic hinges as well. I think it does open up a bit further than that. There you go. You've got really nice hinges on either side as well. So extremely realistic to the actual car. And then you've got the luggage set and the tool bag in there as well. Now you can actually remove this if you wanted to, because there is even more detail underneath this. If we try and get this out with the key. So underneath the toolbox and the luggage set, if I just use my key to lift it up, they've still left all of that detail underneath. So it would have been very easy for them just to kind of securely mount this over the top and kind of miss all of that. But what they've done underneath all of that is just unbelievable levels of next detail. So if I just zoom in there to show you guys that, so you've got the battery pack, you've got other reservoirs, you've got the cabling in there as well. I think you've got the reservoir for the windscreen wash. There you've got the battery pack with all of the stickers on, with the terminals on as well, with the cables. You've got the air filter for the cabin, I believe, in there as well. You've just got so much other detail in there that they didn't have to put in, and it does look so authentic, genuine, realistic. It's just a complete work of art, this model, I think, in my eyes anyway. Even the hinges, the way they operate, the way they hold the front compartment up is just really nicely done by BBR. Definitely one of the best front end compartments on any 1/18 scale model. I just think the overall quality, craftsmanship and attention to detail that they've done here is really, really well done. And you've even got the luggage set with the embossed Ferrari badge in it as well, and it is all carpeted again, which is a nice touch. So they've really done a very, very good job with the front end of the model. Now, if we go over to the McLaren, and we'll have a look at the front end compartment. So on the McLaren one, it is slightly different compared to the Enzo. So you can kind of see most of the detail here on the F1. You can see the iconic F1 Kenwood radio player there as well, which again is such an iconic theme on the McLaren F1s. And like the Enzo, you've got other reservoirs and cables there as well. I have to say the BBR version on the front compartment is definitely more realistic. I think they've just gone to a more accurate attention to detail in terms of all of that front end compartment compared to the AUTOart version. The AUTOart version is still very, very good. That's pretty much all you can see in there. You've got maybe a very small kind of toolbox in there as well for that front compartment, but really it is just that Kenwood radio and some few other kind of cables and other reservoirs in there too. So not too much to see compared to the Enzo. I think overall it's good enough for the model and good enough to justify the price point of the model. But I think overall the BBR version is definitely more realistic and has a bit more of a closer eye to detail. But let's kind of spin around and have a look at some of the side detail and the interior also. So BBR always do a great job with the wheels, and on the Enzo again they haven't really missed out anything on the wheels. The calipers are done very nicely with the black finish and the Ferrari text on it. You've got the Ferrari emblem in the middle. Great wheels, tyres, the discs are done very nicely, and you've got the air valve cap right at the bottom too. So overall it's a really good level of detail there, really well done. And then on the AUTOart one, I think this is where they start to kind of claw back some points after that front compartment. You've got an exceptional kind of centre cap there finished in gold. with the F1 text in it as well. You've got the iconic wheels. I think they're running smaller ones at the front and bigger ones at the rear. You've got a very realistic disc. You've got the Brembo calipers finished in gold as well. And then you've got some very nice realistic tyres as well. Now, I can't see the air valve cap on the AUTOart version, whereas on the BBR version it has got it. So again, small differences there as well. But I think the way they finished it on the AUTOart version, it does look, very realistic, and it is a work of art in terms of all the little details. An air valve cap would have been nice, unless I am missing it. I cannot see it. But I think overall it is, as you say, every bit of the kind of value of the car. It is what you would expect. So let's have a look at some of the interior detail now, and we'll have a look. So opening up the door on the McLaren F1. So obviously you've got that iconic Gordon Murray designed free-seated position with the driver right in the center. You've got the driver cabin really finished in carbon fiber. I think this was the first car to use carbon fiber on a road car. You've got all of the footwells finished in a very nice carpeted finish, and then you've got all of the kind of driver controls, driver aids all around the driver on both the left and the right hand side. You've got the manual gear stick as well, just on the right side there, and then you've got the F1 badge right in the middle of the steering wheel. Again, really nicely designed. I'm trying to show you a bit more detail there. But you've got just such a great level of detail. You've got the handbrake on the left and the gear stick on the right. Again, all the seat belts are done very nicely. And again, really high levels of detail all round. And then next we've got the BBR version. So bring my light across too, just so you can try and get a better look into it. So you've got such an iconic kind of interior there as well, so minimalistic, so bare, and it's just such a great job by BBR. I think overall BBR do a better job in terms of the interior compared to the AUTOart McLaren version. Just the way it's finished, I think it's just they haven't really left anything out at all. The seats are done very nicely. The whole driver zone's also got the carbon fiber touches. You've got those stickers just on the doorwell too. They've really just done an exceptional job with the interior detail. So I think BBR definitely have just edged it out of the AUTOart version. But let's have a look at kind of the main aspect of both of these model cars now, which is their engine bay, and have a look at the detail there. So this is where these models really do shine, and they are definitely showcased in their best light. When you've got the engine bays up, you can really start to get a sense of all of the different pieces and compartments that are in the models, hundreds and hundreds of pieces, and I think most of them are in these astonishing engine bays here. So having a look at the BBR version, now I know you guys have seen this several times on YouTube, but it's always a really nice sight to see the massive V12 engine that's in the BBR version. Just the depth of the engine alone is just unbelievable. I think, as I say, BBR haven't really missed a beat on this model, and they certainly haven't done with the engine bay. Even the petrol cap, the oil cap's got the Ferrari logo finished in text. The engine just looks so impressive. It's just got so much depth to the engine bay. It's just so highly detailed. You've got the suspension units there as well. And then everything's finished in carbon fiber all around the engine bay. You guys can see that weave all around there. The fuel filler cap does open up as well if you want to, if you wish. But just everything is finished really nicely with the Ferrari badge. We even got some of kind of the safety stickers on there, or some of the engine information that the driver might need to know about. But everything's finished in carbon fiber, and it just looks so impressive in there as well. So I think BBR just with this model have just really done an exceptional job, and that's why prices are what they are right now. I think collectors realize that this is such a premium model, and definitely really well done by BBR on that. And then also on the AUTOart version, so first of all, AUTOart haven't forgotten about the kind of gold finish on the engine bay. You've got the gold on the engine cover. and then on the exhaust cover too. So at the bottom here, you've got the exhaust setup. You guys can see all of that exhaust system here. It's really kind of the crumple zone of the car, just in case it does get kind of hit from behind. And then you've got the quad exhaust at the rear too. And then you've got that BMW V12 engine bay right there too. So everything's lined in gold. You can just about see that gold effect all running around the engine bay. You've got all of the different cables and wiring. Then you've got the carbon fiber finish too. And then you've got that BMW power and McLaren engine. So again, a really, really nice engine bay there. And then even the hinges on this one too, right in the middle, very realistic, just like the real car. Both of them kind of hold up their own engine bay, which again is a really nice touch. You see some model cars that you just won't hold up their compartments, but really this one has done a very, very good job with that. I think it's really hard to decide which one has slightly edged it. I might give it to BBR on this occasion. I think they've just done an exceptional job with the engine bay. But I think AUTOart is definitely right up there too. But I'm more keen to hear from everyone in the discussions below about these two. But please do let me know. Really keen to hear from everyone in the comments below on these two model cars. But I think BBR are really kind of stretching it out now, closely followed by the AUTOart McLaren. But let's have a closer look at some of the more quirky stuff that you get with both of these model cars.